What is up, guys? I am finally back with another video. One of my 2024 goals is to hopefully post more YouTube videos. I had started a new job last year and I just went in full force, and I just never had time to really sit down and make a YouTube video and edit it, and well, here we are. I'm not gonna do a 2023 wrap up or anything. We're just gonna dive right in with a beer and book talk. So we are going to be talking about the Chestnut Spring series, and I know you're probably like, Cecilia, you were literally so late to this. I'm aware. And with trying to match a beer to the book or series I'm reading, if you've read this series, you know that there's a beer that is a common theme in this series. And it's kind of like a shit beer. It's like Bud Light, whatever. And if you follow me on other things, you all know that I work in craft beer. So I obviously don't have any beer, shit beer, frat boy beers like I call it, in my house. The closest thing I do have though is a Pilsner. This is what she looks like. It is from Elder Pine Brewing. I really like that label, it's really fun. This is just a classic Pilsner, it's 5%, so let's crack her open. Look at, ooh. That's not, can we just discuss my pour? Look at that. It's like I work in beer or something. Well, cheers. Oh yeah, that is a good, refreshing, crispy boy. So the Chestnut Spring series is these 5 books. It is a cowboy small town romance series. They're all from this it all starts with the ranch, obviously. What I really liked is that all the female characters have different personalities. I feel that some series when they're like this, where they're all kind of intertwined somehow, and it's a different couple, but it's you know, like this. So you don't have to read them back to back. You can read them out of order. Is that all the females are very different. I feel that a lot of series, sometimes the FMCs are very similar, and then it's like I'm reading the same thing over and over and over again, which is fine because I do like a lot of the same stuff, but it's I need a change up. I need a different personality. I need something else. The series starts out with Flawless. He is a professional bull rider, which even reading this, bull riding is wild, y'all. Wild. Professional bull rider. Her dad is his agent, PR people, and he's kind of not a wild child, but didn't get some good press recently. She also works with her dad for this company, and her dad ends up sending her to basically babysit him for the next 2 months, I think. It's 2 months. And obviously, forced proximity, grumpy sunshine. What else is gonna happen, guys? Come on. The second one, this is, from what I've seen, a fan favorite. Or at least what I was told when my friend who told me to read this series, she was like, this is the one that everyone loves. Second one is Heartless. And this is a single dad. Single dad is my favorite. Single dad and the nanny, basically. So this couple is, Cade is the first book's older brother, and the FMC in this is the first FMC's best friend. I obviously loved this one. I love the single dad trope and the nanny trope. I haven't read a lot of it, but the few I've read, it just hits every time. I love it, love it, love it. And I love Cade. This is also very much another kind of grumpy sunshine. Willa is very eccentric. I want to be Willa. She is the coolest person ever. She's just so cool. I also really liked the communication in this one. Single dad, nanny, so good. Third one is Powerless. This one, funny enough, when I posted on my Instagram that I was reading this series, this is the one that, from people who at least follow me, that this was everyone's favorite, not what I was told was the favorite, which is Heartless. This one was the one that everyone was that's my favorite. That at least 10 people were this one's my favorite. Jasper is my favorite. I was okay, I'm ready. But this is Friends to Lovers. I don't like Friends to Lovers. It is very rare I find one I like. This is only the second Friends to Lovers I've liked. This, in my opinion, is the Jasper is a dirty talker, y'all. I was like doing that face, though. I was like, sir, sir. There are just so many quotable, spicy things that he says that no words, unfucking well. So Friends to Lovers, Jasper is a professional hockey player. Jasper is kind of like a pseudo brother to Rhett and Cade from the first book. Like pseudo adopted him. He was going through some shit in high school and they were like, cool, you're ours now. So yeah, and Sloane is their cousin, not Jasper's cousin. It's like a pseudo thing. They make jokes throughout the whole book about it. They are not blood related. Sloane's parents, specifically her dad, is he's a piece of shit. I'm just gonna go with that now. You find that out early on. Sloane is engaged to be married, and it's on her wedding day, she gets sent a video of the piece of shit. I literally don't even remember. Oh, his name is Sterling. Ugh, vomit. Someone sends her a video of him basically cheating on her with like a stripper. So she's like, yeah, no, I can't do this because I already don't like you. Because she realizes, she's like, I should be more upset, but I'm like not surprised type of a situation. So she says, okay, fuck it, I'm leaving. So she leaves. Jasper obviously is like, okay, let's go. Basically takes her away to the ranch, all these things. They go on a road trip, forced proximity. They almost get in a car crash, and that's when it like collides. They're like, oh, okay, we're doing this. This is also the book where that beer I was talking about comes into play. This one was so funny. I love their friendship, and because it also has been like a little estranged, so I think that helped for me personally as someone that doesn't like Friends to Lovers, the fact that the friendship was a little estranged, which you find out why. Again, her dad's a piece of shit. And yeah, honestly, the spice was just spicing in this. Like that's all I remember from this, and the funny beer thing that now you'll see it more in the other books. Reckless. Y'all, Theo is this fucking man. Whoo! I love this man. He's my favorite. Well, he's tied with the last book for MMCs as my favorite in the series, but he is, in my opinion, totally himbo. Like, I love him. Theo is also a professional bull rider. Rhett from the first book is his mentor, and you meet Theo in the first book, and then he comes back in the fourth. This one is unplanned pregnancy. Again, it's something I don't not like it, but I'm not normally into it. Whoo! Very into it in this. Very, very into it. And I think Elsie Silver, in my opinion, takes a different route as well in this unplanned pregnancy. Without giving too many spoilers, it obviously happens on a one-night stand. You don't want to give away any spoilers. While it all happens very soon in the beginning of the book, I still, like, it was a point where I was, like, texting my friend and I was giving her updates and I was like, what? The FMC in this, Winter, is the first book's FMC summer words. Hopefully you got all of that. Her stepsister? Half-sister. Is half-sister. And at first you're kind of like, okay, she's kind of a bitch. But in my heart of hearts, I love a bitch character. So I was like, no, she's gonna come, because she comes back around in the second book. And I'm like, okay, wait, she's now been brought up again. Like, she's interacting with them, and I'm like, she's gonna be an FMC. I know it. And then she comes back in this one. So very grumpy sunshine, but opposite. So she's the grump and he is the sunshine. And it is just so good because Winter is very independent and is like, I'm doing this myself. I've got this, I don't need help. And Theo comes in and is like, well, I'm doing it anyways. So, and she's like, what? And her mom is she sucks. A lot of shitty parentals in this. Honestly, just like Theo and Winter, I just love them viscerally. Like, I don't know how to explain that more. They're so good. I love them so much. And on to the last one, Hopeless, which is the last one that came out a few months ago. This one is the oldest brother, Bo. He just got out of like the military, like basically, he's basically in like the CIA. Also, this whole entire series takes place in Canada. Just, I didn't mention that, but it does. Yeah, he goes missing in Jasper's book, and then he's found. After he's found, he's retiring, basically, from being in the military, etc. And he's like, and he's supposed to help on the ranch because Kate in the second book runs the ranch and everything. And Bo just like doesn't want to do that at all. He's like, I don't want to do this. There is another FMC that is a common person that you hear about through the books. And you're like, who is this? And I knew, I was like, she's going to come back around. So Bailey is the bartender of like their local bar that they always go to. And she doesn't necessarily have a reputation, but her last name has a reputation because of her parents and her brothers. Like, they're pieces of shit. They like do all these drugs and like they are not known well around town. That like they're sketchy as fuck. But Bailey has separated herself from them. She has a job at the bar. She bartends. She's trying to save up money to like go to college, like all this stuff. I think she's 22, 23 in this. There is an age gap because Bo in this is 37, I think. This one is a fake engagement. Oh, I love fake dating. I love fake marriage. Like, I love all of those things. Bo, obviously, with him not knowing what he wants to do, like he's starting to go to the bar a lot, talking to Bailey, etc. Finds out that Bailey basically can't get a job like anywhere else other than the bar because they all judge her because of like who she is and who she's families with. Bo's kind of like, okay, well, how about we're fake engaged and then we'll see if you can get a job somewhere, etc. It's like a bet to see, because she's like, oh, like if I had your last name, like I would get more jobs. And he's like, no, I don't believe that. So they end up being fake engaged. She sort of moves in with him because she lives in like her own little trailer. So she moves it to the ranch where he lives and then ends up moving into the house, obviously. So it's definitely like fake engagement, all this. There's just like so many things in this book that I love, and I love Bo because he is just such like a protector, and like he just wants to help because he also doesn't know what the fuck he wants to do with his life now that he's like retired from the military, CIA, whatever the fuck he did. So he's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. And they were just so cute and I love them. And also this and Powerless, I think, were my favorite spice wise. There's a few things that happen in this book that I was just like, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, excuse-moi, what just happened? Because I was not well in like a good way. So I hope you loved my rambling. I am not one to be intricate about these things. I am terrible at explaining things. So I just thought I'd give you like the vibes and tell you that you should definitely read these. I'm obsessed. I'm going to read Elsie Silver's first series, which actually has to do with the sister of the three that are brothers in this. So I'm going to read that. And she's coming out with a new series as well. And I'm also she's just going on these cute little small town romance series, and I'm here for it. I'm here and I'm ready. I'm sat with a beer and ready for her books. I literally loved every single one of these books. I don't think I even had anything like an ick or any weird random thing with any of these. I truly could not recommend these books more. I loved them. If you enjoyed my ramblings, feel free to subscribe. If you hated my ramblings but you still want to see my book recs, I have TikTok and Instagram. They'll be down below. So yeah, cheers. Hope to see you next time. Let me know if you start the series because it's so good.